Next speaker is Mr. Hideki Sato, who's going to talk under the topic of the One Health activity in Fukuoka Prefecture. He's the director of One Health General Promotion Division and Departmental Affairs Division, Department of Public Health and Medical Affairs. Good morning. I am Sato. Thank you very much for watching the One Health the effort in Fukuoka Prefecture. I'd like to start my presentation now. Fukuoka Prefecture has been focusing on the One Health for a long time. And Governor Hattori, who took office last April, has set promoting One Health as one of his 3 new challenges. One Health is an initiative to protect the health of the people and animals, as well as the health of the environment in an integrated manner, and is related to many of the goals of the SDGs set by the UN. Even after we win the battle against the COVID-19, we must be prepared for the next emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases. To this end, it is important to further accelerate the One Health initiative. Fukuoka Prefecture will continue to promote One Health initiatives, including hosting an international conferences of world-class researchers in One Health. By doing so, it is Governor Hattori's idea and desire to protect the lives and health of the people of the prefecture, the health of animals, and the environment, and to pass on a healthy planet to the children of the next generation. Let me start by talking about zoonotic diseases, such as COVID-19. There are more than 1,400 species of pathogens that are currently known to infect humans. And it is said that 60% of them are transmitted from animals to humans. In recent years, the relationship between animals and humans has been changing due to population growth, changes in land use such as agricultural land conversion, degradation of ecosystems, and climate change. As a result, pathogens that used to be carried by wild animals are now transmitted to humans through domestic animals and pets, or directly from wild animals. SARS-CoV-2 is also believed to have been transmitted from wild bats to humans via pangolin, spreading throughout the world and causing the current pandemic. And the treatment for COVID-19 has not been established yet. One Health is important in dealing with zoonosis, based on the idea that, One Health is a social movement which medical doctors, veterinarians, researchers, as well as governments, businesses, and citizens come and work together to address the various issues facing humans, animals, and the environment surrounding them. To give you a familiar example, the first thing we should do is actually stop taking the antibiotics instead of using the own car. We should make use of public transport, and that actually controls the CO2 emission, and also that is good against global warming. We should also be mindful of the proper care of the companion animals we keep. For example, by having them receive vaccinations and health checkups, and by paying attention to hygiene, we can maintain the health of the animals and prevent the outbreak of infectious diseases. Another thing we should do is not stop taking the antibiotics prescribed to us halfway through the course of treatment, but take them as prescribed. By doing so, we can prevent the development of drug-resistant bacteria. There are many other One Health we can practice in our daily living. Now, I would like to share a little bit of a historic background of One Health. In 2004, at a symposium held at Rockefeller University on the theme of One World Health, the Manhattan Principles, a 12-point action plan proposed by experts from around the world, including the World Health Organization, as a strategic framework for limiting the risk of infectious diseases were established. In 2012, the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the World Medical Association and the World Veterinary Association to promote One Health led to the global expansion of the One Health initiatives across the boundaries of medicine and veterinary medicine. In 2013, JMA and JVMA signed an academic agreement to promote One Health in Japan. And then there is World Veterinary Association and World Medical Association International Conference on One Health. At the first conference held in Spain in 2015, the then president of the JMA, Dr. Yoko Kura, and the president of JVMA, Dr. Kurauchi, both from Fukuoka Prefecture, gave a lecture on the collaboration between medical doctors and veterinarians under the academic agreement signed by the JMA and JVMA, which I mentioned earlier. This was highly appreciated and led to the holding of the second conference in Kitakyushu in 2016. The conference in Kitakyushu was a great success, bringing together about 600 medical doctors and veterinarians from 31 countries to exchange information and discuss effective measures to combat zoonotic diseases and drug resistance bacteria. It was also at this conference that doctors in India learned that Kitakyushu had a history of overcoming air pollution and wanted to introduce Japanese measures, which led to a conference on air pollution in India on the following year. And at this conference, we decided to move from the stage of recognizing the principles of One Health to the stage of putting them into practice. Number one, to exchange information and develop a research system for the prevention of zoonosis. Number two, the responsible use of antimicrobials, which are important in humans and animal health care. Number three, the improvement of medical and veterinary education, including the understanding and implementation of One Health philosophy. Number four, cooperation in the resolution of all issues related to the establishment of healthy and second society. The Fukuoka Declaration, which consists of 4 themes or 4 items, was adopted and introduced to the world. This declaration is truly the cornerstone of One Health practice. In recent years, there have been a series of international agreements on One Health approach, and it was taken up at the G7 Climate and Environment Ministers meeting in May last year, and at COP15 in October. Since around the international conference in the Kitakyushu, there have been frequent questions in the Fukuoka Prefectural Assembly about the prefecture's One Health initiative. In June 2020, the Prefectural Assembly voted on a resolution to strengthen the prefecture's capacity to deal with zoonosis, declaring that the prefecture would enact an ordinance to establish a system to implement One Health. Based on this resolution, the Prefectural Assembly started to work on an ordinance, and after about 6 months of discussions, a draft ordinance was proposed to the Assembly in December of the same year, which was passed and approved. This is the Fukuoka Prefecture Basic Ordinance on One Health Promotion. In this ordinance, the roles of the prefectural government and the related parties are defined, and the basic policy for tackling 6 issues to protect the health of the people were also defined, not just people, animals, and environment. I'm sorry. And in addition, the basic policy is to really come up with measures such as zoonosis control in collaboration with medical, veterinary, and other fields. Number 2, measures against drug resistance bacteria to promote the appropriate use of drugs. Number 3, environmental protection. Number 4, the creation of society in which people and animals could exist, symbiotic society, through the promotion of animal welfare. And number 5, health promotion through contact with nature and animals. And number 6, creation of better relationship between the environment, people, and animals for the production of safe agricultural products.
This is a prefecture's action plan to crystallize 6 basic policies set forth in the ordinance. This action plan constitute a basic guideline for various initiatives in order for Fukuoka Prefecture to promote One Health concept. In addition to the 6 basic policies explained earlier, development of infrastructure to the practice One Health is being added. As of altogether, the action plan will stipulate 7 measures and it will be developed within this fiscal year. So prevention, the R&D, drug discovery, and the public awareness. Specific measures not shown here. People, animals, and pet animals. Survey on development and joint development with the private sector companies for the preventive medicine. From prevention of the zoonosis, we have to make a round to make an investigation, and the percentage of the guidance for pets and when you train the animals, you have to see the percentage of their enrollment. According to this plan, by the end of this fiscal year, it will be stipulated. Next is in the One Health promotion system for One Health. First of all, the Fukuoka Prefecture One Health Promotion Council, as shown in pink, this is a forum to discuss and examine the matters related to the promotion of One Health. Is composed by the government agencies, municipalities, physicians, and veterinarians shown in orange sets forth in the ordinance. At this council, we are given their opinions on the action plan, and they will publish their status of implementation of the action plan and manage progress. And on the left side box, in blue, this is the division that I belong to, the One Health General Promotion Division, which was set up last April in order for the whole prefecture government to work as one to press forward for the health-related measures. So through this, for each individual citizen, in accordance with the One Health policy, they take actions and they behave in accordance with these basic ideas. Now, I would introduce to you the specific One Health initiatives for Fukuoka Prefecture. Firstly, research progress program over the outbreak of zoonosis. We take samples at animal hospitals. We take samples and they are tested at the Fukuoka Institute of Health and Environmental Sciences. We will survey animal pathogen carrying conditions and capture the state of outbreak of zoonosis and share these results with the physicians and veterinarians so that it would lead us to a prompt diagnosis when transmitted. During this fiscal year, as you see, in August last year, we are making a survey on the fatal case of SFTS, severe fever thrombocytopenic syndrome, has happened in last August. We are making a survey. Next, about the One Health Festival. This has been held since FY 2020 in order for prefecture citizens to feel close to and understand One Health approach. For this fiscal year, on November 14th this year, it was held at the Kyushu Geibunkan Hall, situated in Fukuoka City, and held various events to make people feel something about One Health, such as self-restrained dog Hanako, achieving more than 7 million views on YouTube, and the talk show between Mr. Aesop, its video author, and Dr. Kurauchi, the president of JVMA, experience working with the therapy dog and selling locally produced, locally consumed products such as Yame tea. Now we are holding this One Health International Forum in Fukuoka right at this time. Confronted with various issues such as zoonosis, the world's leading researchers of various fields present their research outcomes for solutions of these issues through One Health approach. Was held for the first time in January 2021. Was held for the first time with more than 30 researchers from Japan and abroad giving us lectures. This time on the occasion of the second international forum, in addition to keynote lectures and lectures for prefectural citizens, under the theme of measures against zoonosis, measures against AMR, and also newly added theme this year of environmental protection and One Health initiatives by administration and NGOs that are being shared. So that with these themes, we have been enlightened by these researchers from Japan and abroad. And in November this year, the FABA Congress, the Federation of Asian Veterinary Associations, will be held with the One Health as its concept and theme at Hilton Fukuoka Seahawk in Fukuoka. On the occasion of such Congress, we'd like to send out a message on Fukuoka Prefecture's One Health initiative. Next, about development of the One Health Center. In order to address the issues of One Health, such as emerging infectious diseases around global warming, we need a facility as a central hub to implement the One Health idea. More specifically, we will refurbish the Fukuoka Institute of Health and Environmental Sciences that has the function of preserving the health of people and environment to the one which is equipped with the state-of-the-art facilities and equipment and address various issues related to One Health, including emerging infectious diseases. Furthermore, we will work on the Animal Health Hygiene Center that is responsible for pet animals and wild animals in an integrated manner. And we will build the One Health Center, wherein such organizations will mutually cooperate in an integrated manner. Next, about the requesting for the Asian Center for Emerging and Zoonotic Infections. Kyushu, due to its geography, is a region with a potentially high risk of an outbreak of Asian countries derived zoonosis and infectious diseases by vector animals such as mosquitoes and ticks due to climate change. Therefore, we think we need this institution to enable Asian countries, as well as each prefecture in Kyushu, to collaborate to conduct research and studies concerning human, as well as wild and pet animals against zoonosis and AMR, and to develop the information database and develop human resources with high expertise. Fukuoka Prefecture and Kyushu District Governors Association are now urging the central government for early installation of this center in Kyushu. Lastly, I will introduce to you the moves of municipalities in Fukuoka Prefecture. In June 2021, at Chicago City Assembly, they have passed the resolution on the promotion of One Health, which was followed by 7 city assemblies, such as Kita-Kyushu City Assembly and Fukuoka City Assembly. Furthermore, Miyama City, Noogata City, and Kita-Kyushu City, upon the resolution at the city assemblies, have projected their declaration of One Health. In order for such moves to spread further, we will provide detailed explanations to municipalities. I have thus far introduced to you our One Health approach in Fukuoka Prefecture. In Fukuoka Prefecture, we would continuously proceed with the pioneering activities and initiatives concerning One Health and send out a message to the whole nation in the coming days. As you see in the title, in Fukuoka, One Health approach and the initiatives are shown by Instagram. Free to make a follow-up. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Yasuyuki Kasai, Assistant Manager at Physical Education, Sports and Health Division of Education Promotion Department of Education Bureau of Fukuoka Prefecture. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. I am Kasai. Oops, excuse me. Let me start again. I'm Kasai from the Physical Education, Sports and Health Division of the Education Bureau of Fukuoka Prefecture. It's my pleasure to be able to talk to you today. What you're seeing right now are the photos from Prefecture Yame Agricultural High School. Sophomores in animal science major are exercising their hands-on practice in animal husbandry. I will come back to this high school later on, but it is one of the model schools in One Health education promotion projects. So they have had the head start in One Health education. Their curriculum combines hands-on exercise in animal husbandry and One Health education. Please meet these two students from that school. One student on the left had this say about One Health education. Through One Health learning and various hands-on exercises, I have come to realize very strongly that our health and animals and the environments are closely linked. And the student on the right had this say. She aims at becoming an animal-related professional in the future. Now, she said, I now love animals even more. I now always try to think what I can do to contribute. Now, these two students are definitely role models of the students that we would like to develop with One Health education. Going forward in Fukuoka Prefecture, all the high schools will have One Health education promotion with three objectives of developing three core capabilities to understand One Health, to act for the better, and to reflect on oneself. Today, I'd like to discuss our One Health initiative in Prefecture with three perspectives. Let's start with One Health education promotion. As you might have heard, in Fukuoka Prefecture, One Health Promotion Basic Ordinance was enacted and promulgated in January last year. This ordinance stipulates basic principles and basic policies in One Health. And as you can read on the slide, in order to promote the understanding on the part of population and businesses, the Article 10, Section 2 calls for promotion of One Health education. The Education Board, based on this ordinance, launched One Health education promotion projects. And there are 5 actions under that project. First of all, I would like to talk about the leaflets to promote One Health education. Not only children, but many teachers do not have full understanding of what One Health is all about. So, in order to stimulate the learning about One Health, we produced and distributed the leaflets. The targets are 4th grader and older. This year, 4th graders, 7th graders, and all high school students received the distribution of these leaflets. And of course, they were distributed to teachers as well, because teachers must understand what One Health is. The leaflets features stories which make children feel closer to One Health. This is a product with professional insights from the Fukuoka Prefectural Veterinary Medicine Association, and we were able to finalize the leaflets in last June. Now, the second topic is One Health textbook. One Health education can be quite intellectually advanced with lots of expertise. Therefore, we decided to start such education in high schools. Thus, we plan to make a textbook for this and distribute that to all the high schools. So what does that textbook contain? The textbook comprises 2 parts, theory and practice. Now, I will come back and talk about the model schools under this project in a minute. They already started using this textbook, which helps us validate the content, and we will be able to finalize the textbook in coming March. And we'll be ready to start One Health education based on the textbook in 2 years. Next, let me talk about One Health Education Promotion Committee. The objectives and contents, curriculum of One Health education are some of the topics studied by experts and relevant professionals who comprise the committee. In order to promote One Health education to children and students in the prefecture, this committee also considers how to leverage One Health-related locations as well as working together with NPOs and other private sector organizations. Now, let me talk about the practical studies and researches which are taking place at model schools. Using the textbook that I talked about, we selected 10 high schools to head start the One Health education. These model schools, considering their own characteristics and communities that they reside, the various hands-on trainings, different curricula, as well as voluntary activities of students take place under the framework of the projects. Let me introduce those model schools. First of all, from Kitakyushu area. The first one is called Miyako High School. They focus on environmental protection and building symbiotic society of humans and animals through their social science studies. The one in the bottom is Kitakyushu High School, which focuses on zoonosis control and AMR, antimicrobial resistance, through their health and physical education. Next, two schools from Fukuoka district. Number one is Fukuoka Kaiser High School. They are allowed to set up unique curricula for the school, and they decided to use the time for industry studies to focus on environmental protection. The one on the bottom is Fukuoka Agricultural High School. Within their agriculture and home sciences, this school focuses on zoonosis control and health and wellness building. Next two are from Chikugo district. Yame Industrial High School is on the top. In their engineering and comprehensive studies, this school focuses on the study of environmental protection, and Yame Agricultural High School is at the bottom. Through their agricultural curricula, they will focus on zoonosis control and environmental protection.
Next, from the Chikuho district, Tagawa High School. Focusing on science, the school will conduct research on environmental protection and zoonosis control. Next is Kurate High School. They'll be conducting research on the zoonosis control, focusing on special activities and student council activities. The last one is a private high school, Hakata High School, which will conduct a study on the zoonosis control during their cross-disciplinary class. And Yanagawa High School. This school will also conduct the study on zoonotic the disease control in their cross-disciplinary study class. The practice of the 10 cooperating schools mentioned above will be compiled as use cases and distributed to schools in the prefecture to be used as a guide for practice. I now would like to explain what One Health education actually means in school environment. School education in Japan follows the school curriculum established by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sport, Science, and Technology to foster knowledge and skills in subjects such as Japanese and mathematics, an ability to think, judge, and express oneself, an ability to learn, and humanity. The preamble to the guidelines for the school curriculum shown here describes the kind of students we aim to nurture, those who will work with a diverse range of people, those who will overcome social changes, and those who will become creators of a sustainable society. We believe that these aspirations are in line with the One Health philosophy, which considers human and animal health and environmental conservation as one and the same, and the need to maintain a sustainable society and our qualities and abilities that the young people of the future need to acquire. Environmental education, health education, and animal and nature protection have also been implemented in a school education through science and health and physical education classes. The words or terms environment, health, animals, and nature are not completely unrelated to the One Health concepts we are trying to introduce. On a global stage, the OECD, with its 38 member countries, has set out the qualities and skills that young people will need in the near future in its Education 2030 project. These include the ability to create new value, to reconcile tensions and dilemmas, and to take responsibility. These are described in OECD's Education 2030 project. Well-being is also a concept that refers to a good state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and is often translated as happiness. And well-being is said to be the goal, which is beyond when young people develop more quality and competencies. OECD Education 2030 says that well-being is not just about the well-being of people alone, but needs to be considered on the basis that it is part of an ecosystem that is larger than people, and that we need to look at the larger picture. This is in line with One Health's philosophy that human health, animal health, and environmental protection are one. We believe that the significance of this One Health education can be seen from the perspective of one of the goals we aim to achieve in the future. Thus, One Health education is very relevant to both the Japanese school curriculum guidelines and the OECD's Education 2030. We also believe that the One Health education can help young people to learn about to learn about the COVID-19, which is one of the biggest problems in today's society, through real-life learning experiences that will help them to survive in an era that is more unpredictable and uncertain and complex and ambiguous. As I said, One Health education is an education to think about a better way of life and a better society through the keyword One Health. Here are three images of the kind of students we expect to see as a result of this One Health education. We hope to nurture students who are able to solve issues and collaborate with each other to achieve that and evaluate the actions that they have taken so far while considering human health, animal health, and environmental conservation as a whole. September in this fiscal year, our partner school started the project, but we are still in a state of exploration. In this context, Yame Agricultural High School, which I mentioned at the beginning of this report, is working to supplement and deepen the teaching contents by linking One Health education with the school's own curriculum, which has been implemented in the past. Here, I'd like to share with you some of these activities. Every year, all first-year students at Yame Agricultural High School take part in an experimental learning program in the school's training forest, where they learn about forestry and the current state of agriculture in intermediate production areas through practical training in forest management. This year, a new lesson on the link between animal health and environmental conservation using the One Health educational material was conducted before the forest exercise. The main topics covered were the health hazards to humans and animals when the environment is destroyed, and how deforestation can lead to new outbreaks of infectious diseases. The students learned that protecting forests is not the only purpose of forest management, and that better forests can ultimately lead to better health for humans as a whole. By seeing the difference between an unmanaged natural forest and a planted forest, the students were able to gain a deeper understanding of forest management, which they had already acquired. They also discussed the relationship between people, animals, and the environment, and came up with their own ideas on how to protect the environment in the Yabe River Basin, including forest management. We believe that this practice at Yame Agricultural High School has deepened the students' understanding of the relationship between people, animals, and the environment by using One Health in their studies, and that this will lead to practical application. In the future, we will try to find out how to use One Health in other schools. In 2022, Yame Agriculture High School will be the first school in the prefecture to establish an animal science department, the Pet Animal Department. There, students will learn about dog grooming, animal therapy, etc., and aims to develop the basic and fundamental knowledge and the skills necessary for animal breeding. In this new department, we will include dog health studies as a school subject where schools can create their own curriculum. In addition to Yame Agriculture High School, there are other schools in the Fukuoka prefecture that are planning to introduce health education as a new subject. We look forward to their creativity. I hope I have covered an overview of the One Health initiative in the field of education that were launched this fiscal year in our prefecture. In conclusion, I would like to tell you about the direction in which we are heading. This is a student's essay submitted to the Fukuoka High School Health Association, which was organized to promote health activities for students in high schools in Fukuoka Prefecture. The student who wrote this paper, a first-year student at Naotaka, the high school, began to think about One Health in the following way. We need to learn more about ourselves and gain knowledge and take an action so that we can build a true One Health for people, animals, and the environment. And I wanted to use the knowledge I have gained in my life. Although Nogata High School is not a partner school for the study or project, but this girl student became interested in the term One Health and studied it on her own way to come up with ideas. One Health education in our prefecture has just started. We feel that we are making steady progress, although we just began. In the future, we would like to develop the project, which I'll explain today, so that every student in our prefecture can learn about One Health and acquire the ability to deepen and practice One Health for themselves. With this, I'd like to conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you very much, Mr. Kasai.